Hi guys, welcome to 0 to 6 figure front end developer series. Guys, before I start that, let me give you some tips to get noticed by big companies. Guys, you may clear the interview, that's okay. But for that, first and foremost thing is to get the interview. How will you get it? So guys, you need to get noticed from big companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and some other good service based companies as well, like TCS, Accenture, etc. Guys, for that, first and foremost thing that you need to do is you need to make a LinkedIn account. Okay. And once you create a LinkedIn account, make some good projects and post those projects on LinkedIn. Big companies certainly will notice you and we will call you for the interviews. Secondly, on the LinkedIn page, you do have you do make some good posts, like some good architectures, some good series. Means means all in all, via LinkedIn, you need to make people get informed that yes, you have the knowledge. And if companies will find that yes, you have the knowledge, they will certainly call you for the interview. This was the first point. Secondly, read the description of the jobs carefully on the job portals and certainly LinkedIn as well. Read the job description carefully. Okay. Once you read those job descriptions carefully, make a resume according to those job descriptions. Okay. If your resume doesn't matches the job descriptions, then certainly companies won't call you. Okay. Not even calling, your resume won't be shown to HRs only. Your resume will be filtered out. Okay. This was some steps. Okay. So let's just continue. Let me just share my screen. Okay guys, so I guess you are able to see my screen. So today we will start with HTML. Further, we will be reading number 1, comments, number 2, colors, number 3, CSS, number 4, links, number 5, images, number 6, CSS. CSS is done. Favicon, number 7, page title, number 8, tables, number 9, lists, number 10, block, and inline, number 11, div, number 12, classes, number 13, ID, number 14, iframes. Okay, so let's get started. We can make one HTML file. So we can name it as series episode 3 .html. Okay guys, our HTML file is ready, and so let's get started. First of all, we will be studying up comments. So guys, comments is nothing but, let's suppose we need to add some things like some description on the code that shouldn't be rendered. For example, I would like to write the description of what the thing is doing. Let's, for example, we we have wrote one h1 tag, h1 I am Ankit, and we saved it. And if we open up episode.html file, then this is showing I am Ankit. Okay, guys. Now the thing is, if we comment this, okay, if we comment this, then we refresh this, it's gone. It so HTML will not at all render the comments. Okay, guys. So how to make a comment? To make a comment, all we have to do is we have to just press the, this is to start. We can write a new comment, and to end we will be putting up this. So guys, it's very simple, this and this. So this is how a comment is done. Okay, comment is not at all rendered. Okay, guys, this was just comment. So we can have a multi-line comment as well, like I am Ankit, I am teaching 0 to 6 figure front end developer series. You can see everything is commented. The only thing that will be rendered is I am Ankit, and nothing else will be shown to us. That's all. This was the comments. Okay, next is colors. So okay, yes, so next is colors. So basically it's setting up a color. Okay, so in the previous versions of HTML, if you have taken up my classes, previous classes, so I have told you that we are using the doctype version 5 of HTML. In short, we are using HTML5. So basically, in the previous versions of HTML, we used to give colors to HTML via BG color. For example, I have set up a div, and in the div I gave an h1. Hi, my name is Ankit Vashishta, and here I have given a BG color is equals to pink, or we can keep up any color. So this is what we used to do in the older HTML versions. Okay, guys. So if we kind of render this, then this is not rendered because by default it takes the new version. So So basically, in new versions, we do these things via CSS. So we do this via style, then we can give a color, we can give pink, this is rendered. Okay, now if we would like to give a background color pink or background color something like black. Okay guys, this is how colors work. Next is the CSS. Guys, certainly we will be kind of working on the CSS in details. I'll be teaching CSS in detail in the upcoming classes. So as of now, we can just keep the basics of CSS only. So so okay, to keep the basics of CSS. So basically CSS is nothing but a style. So CSS can be defined in like three ways. We have like external CSS, we have the CSS at the head tag, and the inline CSS. Or in short words, we can have external CSS, we can have like the internal CSS, or we can have the inline CSS. Okay, coming towards the external CSS. So okay, let's just start with the what we say the inline CSS. Okay, so basically if we are making up an HTML, so HTML add, before that we have to keep up a doc type, add title, my CSS, and we can close the head tag, and then we can start the body tag. Okay, and in the body tag we can keep up an h1. Hi, I am Ankit Shishta. Okay guys, so now firstly it will be the we can say the inline CSS. So this is how this is a comment that I'm writing just for your reference. We defining the inline CSS. So to define the inline CSS, we can just put up a style tag. Okay, and again we can just write the CSS, for example color aqua or whatever color. Let me keep up a simple color like brown. So it's just this simple, nothing else we need to do. Our CSS is defined in the inline manner. Okay, let's just check. Our CSS is defined. Okay, so this was the one way. So the second way will be we can define up the CSS in the head tag. So what we can do is in the head tag we can keep up style, and in the style we can write h1 background, and we can keep up a CSS here. Background color we can keep up blue. Now if we render this, it is rendered. This was the second way. So also, if we want that CSS should apply to a specific h1 tag, so we can define up a class, or we can define up IDs. We will discuss about that later. Okay. So as of now, the third way is to use the external CSS tag. Okay. So we can define up a new CSS, and we can just set up the CSS here, style dot CSS, and what we can do is we can just call up the CSS, and to call up the CSS we just need to make use of link href, and we can just define up the CSS. We have to define a rel, style sheet. Okay. Now if we just define up a CSS here, let's suppose we can put up a CSS like h1 border is equals to 2 pixel solid green. You can see the border is being set up. If you can't see, let me just remove the blue background, then you will certainly be able to see. Okay guys, these are the ways we can put up the CSS. Okay, next is the links. So to set up the link, we make use of anchor tag. So basically, let me just write a new comment. To make links, we make use of an anchor tag. Okay guys, so how to make use of an anchor tag? To make use of an anchor tag, we use a. We end that with /a. Okay, so let's just use a/a. That's all. Now we need to call up a link. Let's suppose we need to call up google.com. Okay, so we can use the tag href is equals to, we can give up the URL https google.com, and we can give any name. Open this link to access Google. Okay, so now let's just render it. Okay, our link is being created. Now we just open this link, and our Google is open. Now this was one thing. Now the thing is, what will happen if we kind of add? So basically what we want is that that this page should remain, and Google should open in a new tab. Okay, so to make this happen, we can put up /blank as a target. Target is _blank. Target _blank. Now what will happen is that if we now click here, Google will open in different page. Okay, this was all about links. Okay, next is about the images. Okay, so we have an we have an image. It's the image of pizza, and it's a JPG image. Okay, so now what we will be doing is we will be calling up pizza.jpg. Let me open this for you. Oh, sorry, it's a PNG image. uh, so to check what's the image is, we have to go to properties, and we can see that it's a PNG image, or the image of the type PNG. So for this, what we do is we just simply need to call up. We can remove this. We can insert images into HTML very easily. All we have to do is img dot href, sorry, img img source is equals to pizza.png, and this is a self closing tag. We don't need /img for this. Okay, now if we do this, our image is there in the HTML. Okay, so we can also set up a CSS style. Height is equals to 50 pixel, and we can kind of play with the attributes of the image via CSS. This was our image tag. Next is the favicon. Favicon is always defined in the head tag. Okay, guys. So now to define a favicon, we will be using a link again. So link dot rel is equals to icon. Okay, and we can just give up a type is equals to image /x icon. Okay, and thereafter we can just add up a favicon. Normally, guys, favicon has to be the dot .ico or dot .ico file, but of course we can use a PNG as well. So I will be using a pizza.png as of now. Okay, so basically we can keep up href is equals to pizza.png. And you can see that our favicon is declared here. We call this favicon, like if you see Google has its logo as a favicon, we have pizza.png as a favicon. Okay, guys, so this was about the favicon. Page title, the page title is defined via title, so you can say title, my page title by Ankit Vashishta. You can see the title is Next are the tables. So guys, this is important. Okay, so basically to define a table, it's very simple. We have, so we will, let me just put up a comment. We will now work on table. Okay, so to define up a table, we make use of table/table. Okay, so guys, if you have ever seen a table have rows and columns. Okay, so basically we will be defining up a row. So let me just make another comment. To define a row, we make use of tr. Okay, so basically we can put up tr, and in this tr the first row should be the heading of the table. So to define up a heading of the table, we can just make use of th. We can just define up a name. We can just define up roll number. We can just define up marks. ARKS. Okay. So our first row with headings is done. If we check, then this is done. Okay, so now we can start filling up the columns. So what we can do is we can set up tr again. The first row that contains the name, we can put up a td, and in the td we can keep up Ankit, Vashishta. We can keep up next will be roll number. We can keep up roll number 1, and next will be the marks. Marks will be out of 100 we can say 89. Sorry. Okay, next we will be making up another column that will be Karthik Reddy. Roll number will be 2, marks will be 91. If we just look at here, you can see name, roll number, marks. Table is done. Now what we want is that roll number and marks should have a single column. There should not be a separate column. Like for example, if we remove like roll number and we just keep up marks here, and that's all. So now our table looks like this. We have nothing. So below marks we have 1 and 2, and this column of every row is left abandoned. What we want is we wanted the marks should carry all. So for your reference, I will be putting up a CSS that will keep a border. So what we can do is we can just keep a table. Sorry, we can keep up a CSS style. In the style tag, we can keep up border table border 1 pixel solid hashtag 000. And in the can do is we can keep the TD as border 1 pixel solid red. Okay, so we can so I guess this will be more clear to do now. So now you can see that the third field is remain abandoned. So for that what we will do is we will be so basically our objective is that marks should contain both the fields. Okay, let me do the same way with th as well. So th also should have the border red, not just the td. So now what we can do is to the marks we can give a call span and we can give 2. Now you can see that 1 and 89 both are the part of marks. Okay, now another thing is that that we want is that these everything should be kept by the name tag. There has to be no name, it should be full name. Okay, so for that we will be doing up a row span. Okay, so we can keep up the row span too. Now what you will see is that it will keep up the row span as 2. Let me remove this for to be more clear. Now it is keeping up the name as 2 rows. It's as simple as this. Okay guys, this was all about tables, and certainly people do make use of t head as well. This is an optional usage but certainly recommended usage. So basically we can keep the tr inside the t head and t body inside the to show the body. It won't show any change, but certainly a recommended way. Okay, so this was all about tables. Next is the list. So basically lists are of 2 types. So sorry, 3 types. Number 1, ordered list. Number 2, unordered list. Number 3, description list. So lists are of 3 types. Okay guys, so we can start up with an unordered list. So below is how we will be defining unordered lists. So to define unordered list, we make use of UL. UL means unordered list. So basically in the UL we keep the li. So we can say apple. Then we can define another li that says mango. We can keep up another li that says guava. And if we just look here, our unordered list is ready. So basically, what unordered list is? The list that is defined by some symbols like the dots. Okay, and if we would like to define it with numbers or the texts, so we will be making use of ordered list. Okay, so basically, to make use of ordered list, use we use OOL, and now if you see this, we have like 1 2 3. Okay, and let's suppose we don't want any symbol or anything, we can just keep up a css. So we can just keep up a css like list style type, and we can just keep up none, and you can see that now there are no numbers. We can just define a other list style type. We can keep up a decimal leading 0. So basically it is now 01 02 03, and we can keep list style type is equals to like lower alpha, and it's like ABC. Lower Greek. We have like multiple lists style types. Feel free to play with these. Okay, so this was the order list, and now we will be defining up a description list. Okay, description list is another simple concept. So below is how we will define on a description list. So for that, we will be putting up DL. Okay, and now to put up a description heading, we make use of DT. Okay, so we can just keep Apple. So now basically we will be keeping up a description of Apple. So for that we use DD, and we can say Apple is a good red fruit, and we can do the same again. We can keep up like guava. Guava is a good green fruit. This is the description of guava. And now if we see that, if I just comment out the whole ordered list for your reference, so it's like a list with the description. Okay guys, next are the block and inline elements. So basically it is just how we kind of define up the elements. So basically we have like various block elements like block elements, div, we have section, We have uh, article, header, footer, and many more. So basically, the question is, what are block elements? Block elements are the elements that contains multiple HTML or child HTML inside itself. For example, in div, we define up like div, we can define up a h1 tag, h1, my name is Ankit, and below are my details. We can keep up like a list. I am a YouTuber. I teach people how to earn six figure as a front-end developer. So, so now you saw that div div took many things inside itself. Okay, so basically these are all the block elements. Now coming towards the inline element, what are inline elements? What are inline elements? Inline elements Inline elements are the element that contains just text and are not inside and have no child tags. For example, we have like b. So what we can do is we can just define up a simple b tag to make I am YouTuber bold. So this is the inline tag. Okay. Okay. That was all for the block and inline. We have divs. Then certainly we have a div. The div is an attribute that defines the division of the HTML. So let's suppose we have one division that contains the details, and we can have a second division that contains the details of another person. My name is Karthik Reddy. I am a software engineer. I got six-figure salary via tutor licks 0 to 6-figure FED program. Okay, so basically we have just defined up two divs, and you can see that two divs are defined. So that was all. Now coming towards the classes and IDs, and it's like defining up a class. So we can define up a class like class Ankit, and we can define up here class Karthik, and we can kind of use this class to carry up our CSS and JavaScript work. For example, to add CSS to the class Karthik, we make use of dot Karthik. So we can make up color aquamarine or any color. So now that the CSS is applied only to the div, to the HTML div with the Karthik class. The class with the yes, the class that is applied on the div Ankit remains unchanged. Okay. So same is the case of ID. So we can just define up an ID. We can keep up an ID as ready, and guys, ID has to be unique. We can define up Karthik here multiple times, but certainly ID has to be unique. We can define up multiple classes like this, but certainly the ID has to be unique. We can't define up ready two times. We have to define up the unique classes only. Okay, now to call up the CSS on a ID, we make use of hash ready, hash ready. We can make up color, or we can keep a background color blue violet. Okay guys, so Karthik is applied, so Karthik class is applied to both, and due to this both are blue, and since the blue violet is applied to only ready ID, it is only blue violet. Okay guys, next are the iframes. Iframes so we can keep it as a comment. Iframes are basically used to call a class inside another class. Sorry, to call an HTML inside another HTML. So this is our HTML episode.html, and we will be calling up an iframe of tutorleaks.com website. So for that, what we will be using an iframe, and we will be putting up a source, and in that source we will be calling up https tutorleaks.com and we can give up a height width so that's all. Now if you see that an iframe that contains the website tutelix.com is called. Let me just increase the height 445 with his 556 pixel. Okay, guys. So, guys, that's all for this series. Hope you like this series. If you have any doubts, do post that on the comments. We will be clearing up that doubts as soon as possible. Mm, Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment to my channel so that I come up with more content. And I have, yes, and again I'll say that if you are looking forward for a career as a front end developer and you would like to work in some big company earning a big amount of six figures, then certainly you don't have to go anywhere else. This is the course for you. Thank you and have a nice day. Okay.